Hey everybody.
We're back.
Episode
Episode 16.
Yep.
Y'all, we almost there. Decision day, reunion. That's it.
it.
We are almost at the end of
Yes.
season 12. This season in DC are like worst 2 seasons.
Yeah, it's taking
DC
too long.
might
Like,
be
let's
worse, though.
get there. Like, let's go. Let's do this.
Yeah, they could have combined these last 2 episodes.
Okay, yes.
But anywho,
I'm Michelle. Hey,
I'm
everybody.
India, and we are ready to do the review.
Okay.
Okay, so first was on our screen was Haley and Jacob.
Yeah, and it started off the whole episode started off with
Him coming home early.
Yeah.
And her being like, "Oh, why'd you come home early?" And he had to.
She was ready to have an attitude, y'all.
But he
And
could have
she played
communicated that.
He could have, but why would he? He don't text her about nothing else. Do we call
They
her?
don't even stay in the
Do they
same house,
communicate?
and they rode separate cars, so it don't matter.
So really, why do I have to communicate with you?
You
Want
right
me
about
to?
that.
You want me to play like we talk when we don't talk?
You right
I
about
don't
that?
talk to you.
Yeah.
I don't call you and let you know my whereabouts.
Mhm.
I'm not about to do that now.
Yeah.
But she did. He had to go see his babies, his dogs.
He was so nervous.
He was nervous. Oh, okay. Which I honestly I do get. He was worried about them babies starving. They wasn't gonna starve, but I get it.
At the beginning of the episode, when they was talking, I was like, "Okay, look at Haley trying to kind of turn around a little bit now that he don't want her ass."
I mean, yes, but did you really think she was trying to turn around? This whole episode was it was an exercise in trying not to state the obvious, right? That's what everybody was trying to do, because that's what the producers do not want them to say what decision they're gonna make. Because why would we watch Decision Day if they tell us ahead of time?
That's true.
But we already know what's going down.
Hell yeah, for Haley and Jacob for sure.
Okay,
but I think it would be so funny if she said yes and he said no.
She's not gonna say yes.
I know.
There's zero chance of her saying yes. So her trying to convince us that this is a hard decision is crazy.
Yeah.
And Jake later, when they was talking, I don't even care what order we go in. He don't even know how to lie. When they was at dinner and they were talking about the oh man, tomorrow's decision or 2 days is decision day. We don't know, what have you learned? Like, Jake don't even know how to act like the producers need him to act like there's a chance. He can't even act like it's a chance. He's ready to go the hell home.
She was pissing me off when she was talking to her girlfriend about the red flags in a relationship. And I'm like, those weren't the red flags. Like, I could see if there were red flags, but those were just orange flags.
When she was talking to her friend, I got really annoyed that she made it seem like he had all these flaws. Like, she never said nothing about herself. Like, she said
the red flag should have been him dressed in
that he wakes up, sometimes he's in a bad mood, sometimes he's not. Well, Haley, why the hell is he in a bad mood when he's the one that's being told that he doesn't know how to dress, that he doesn't understand that he's boring, doesn't have
he's
good
not
jokes.
Worldly.
Like, what mood do you expect him to be in?
Haley is manipulative as hell, and I'm standing by that.
Yeah, for sure. So she is a perpetual bad mood. Like, she literally is always giving him a hard time about something. And it's just like, you can't even let this man live and be himself. Like, you gotta take him down, and you telling him he in a bad mood because he's being himself.
Yeah, Jacob is dodging a bullet. I mean, she dodging a bullet too. If that's not what you attract to, that's not what you attract to. Attraction is important, especially with a stranger.
And why they just not going out? They can't say what the outcome is, or else you'll have Paige and Chris. Like, the show ends early.
They weren't on it at all this episode. I swear they was gonna meet separate.
Nah, they done except for Decision Day. We do know that they come back together for Decision Day, which is so stupid. Anyway, so what else happened with them? Like, they
both talked to, who did she talk to?
She talked to her homegirl in person, and he talked to his friend in person. And he described his relationship to his friend, and he was like, that sounds like marriage, sir. That do not sound like marriage. Talk about confusion. Must have been. I assume so.
Married or
something. Yeah, like, it was, I don't know. Like, they actually got the least amount of camera time this episode.
Yeah.
So, which is fine because they're not going to say yes, and we know that. So, this is our episode that we have to decide what each person says for decision.
Okay, so Haley and Jacob, no and no.
No.
Yeah,
sure.
I thought that from the beginning.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Sure.
Okay. So I don't even care.
Eric and BA.
Yeah.
You have a lot of notes on them?
I don't know, kind of.
Okay.
But yeah, I got a little bit.
Okay, so how did their part start?
So
they were in the bed. So I ain't gonna lie, I was not paying attention when it was
this episode. We dropped the ball a little bit. Every once in a while, we got bored because it was boring.
It was boring, and I ain't gonna hold you.
Okay, so she was talking to her brother in person. Mm-hmm. I don't know what they talked about. I zoned out.
Yeah, I don't know.
What they say?
I don't know, y'all. We gonna have to see if Eric and Virginia. Because I ain't going back and watching it. So, what happened? Anything happened with it? They had a lot of camera time. But it was more of the same. Like, they had the same
trying to convince her. It was him trying to convince her that he loved every aspect of her. And her telling him, no, you don't. Because you don't like this, you don't like this, and you don't like this. Mm-hmm. Like, this girl is not a liar. That's what she's not. She's immature, but she's not a liar. Mm-hmm. And she tells him like it is. Like, she's just like, well, I'm concerned about this. Like, he's steady be trying to, like, make them look good on camera. And last episode, he said, I don't like how you say that stuff to me on camera.
On camera, yep, when they were in the car.
So now we know.
Yeah. And that's why she's purposely doing it on camera, trying to make him mad.
Care.
Yeah.
She don't care.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I agree.
He talked to his friends on FaceTime too, and they just be lying.
She didn't lie. She told the truth.
No, she didn't lie. But I'm saying like they is in him and Clara, and it's a lot of people that be lying.
Yeah,
him and Clara.
He was lying. He was completely lying.
So
he never wants to talk about the negative.
He don't ever want to talk about stuff that's going wrong. Like, why would?
Well, the only thing that he said is that their communication is the same. Whereas they'll start talking about a problem and
then they are too volatile. They're too emotional. We're so emotional. We're such emotional. Like, he always wants to put this positive spin on it.
Excuse me.
Oh, bless you, child. So he always want to put a positive spin on something that's not positive. Like, y'all don't have the same idea of marriage. Y'all get in arguments about the same stuff over and over, and y'all break up to make up. Like, y'all have fights and then make up, fights to make up. Like, maybe not break up to make up, but you know what I mean.
Yep, and she admits all of that on camera.
Yeah,
so he kind of looks crazy not telling the truth.
And then he's just like, I've never fallen in love with someone this fast. Okay, but you've also never moved in with somebody on the first day, and you're not in love, Eric. Like, you like her a lot, probably, and you probably love her. Like, you like the idea of her, but
I don't know. I think he just wanting to move on because his ex.
And she asked him about the soulmates thing.
Yes.
And she was like, I don't know if I believe in one soulmate. And she was like, but you at one point you thought your ex-wife was your soulmate. So what? And that's exactly the point. Like, bro, you over here acting like you ain't have a whole wife. She is not.
I'm trying to
like,
make her disappear from his
life.
It's
kind of crazy how Virginia is immature, but she be on it on some stuff. Like, she don't let up. Like everybody said last time, she called Haley out on her bullshit. Like, she calls people out. She was calling Chris out. Like, she might be overserved and blurting stuff out, but she's still telling the truth, including to her husband.
Yep.
So the main thing he told his homeboy was that she wasn't his number one, or he wasn't her number one, and they weren't best friends. And he just felt like when you're married, you're supposed to be best friends.
You knew this lady for 7 weeks.
And you want to act like y'all are best friends.
Like, it's an act.
The only people that really gave you best friend vibes,
was
not
Woody
this
and
season,
Amani.
Yep. You took it right.
And even still, they had to, I'm sure, cultivate it, but they just clicked so easily.
Their personalities legitimately.
You could tell they were best friends, or they are.
Crazy.
You know, yeah.
So, like, why would this man think that she was going to be his best friend from day one?
Because he has this weird view of marriage, and it's so weird because he's the only one on the show's history who has ever been married. And he still seems to be in La La Land.
Is he the only one in the show's history?
Yes, he's the first divorcee.
No.
Yeah.
Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me.
You know that.
You be making stuff up. You said love was the most important. You was learning the Bible, and this is not. Like,
it's not?
No. It's a quick Google will tell us that.
What's the most used word, though?
Lord or something. Like, not, it wasn't.
I definitely made that up. And I knew I made that up, though. But anyways, I feel like I heard that quote. Okay, whatever, y'all. But anyways, he is the first divorcee. They were harping on it the first couple episodes.
Don't do me like that, yo. You just tried to play that. I love it.
You really? Yeah. Anyways, for him to be the first divorcee and the only one with marriage experience that's ever been in this experiment, he surely is acting like he in La La Land.
Yes,
It's
he
weird.
really is.
Like, stop it.
It's stupid. So then Virginia's guy friend came over.
Of course she had a guy friend. Everybody else
Of
had
course.
same sex or family, and she had a guy friend.
Her
Of
guy
course
friend.
Virginia had a guy friend.
Of course. And he was like, I haven't seen you since you got married. That's good. At least he's not one of the people she was hanging out with these last
I know
7
that he
weeks.
refused. He was like, you better not have.
And then he was actually trying to like pump it up. Like he was just like, "Are you guys good? Are you good?" Like the producers definitely prepped him because that man did not care about none of that stuff. The questions he was asking, he would not have asked if it were not for the producers. And then the last thing, they FaceTimed her homegirl into the call and ended up asking. They were like, she was telling them about the fact that he don't like her spending time out.
Right.
Going out when he's away. And he was like, well, does he just want to spend time with you or does he just not want you going out?
That was a good question.
She said both. No, we said both.
I said it's both, but then I said, no, ultimately it's
oh, no, is it a lack of trust? That's what
right.
he said.
Is it a lack of trust or is it that he wants to spend the time?
Mm-hmm.
And I think, did she respond to that? I don't remember exactly what she said.
I don't
but we were talking to her and I was like, it's both. It's a lack of trust, but really it's, and he probably does want to spend a lot of time with her, but it's all under the umbrella of trying to control
he just
what she's doing. You want her to know that
she's
she's going to sacrifice for you because you're her husband. And if you say, I don't want you to go out, she doesn't go out. Like, he's very weird.
So then they went to dinner. They went to their dinner there last night.
That was the best Virginia ever looked in the face. I'm not going to lie.
Ooh, she looked really cute. And
earrings wasn't...
He was feeling her though. He was gassing her. He was gassing her.
It was cute. I believed him when he started crying.
Oh my God,
I believed him.
But she didn't.
Well, I think that could have been edited.
It might have been edited because
she was like,
she did not care at all. She was uncomfortable.
When he was like,
no.
So
she was uncomfortable that he was crying.
I never imagined.
Like I don't know that she's that comfortable with emotions like that.
I mean, I'm not either because I would have been sitting up there like,
really?
To cry tears.
Dang.
Over what you said, so. You would have started crying that he cried like that. That just would have been so extra at dinner.
I don't know. Probably not. I doubt it. Actually,
I can't believe he started crying, and it clearly just came out. So is he acting, or was he really feel this emotionally connected to her? It seemed genuine.
I think he'd be like working himself. Like you literally saw it. Like it was like strategic.
You think so?
You're just amazing. Like I just love being here with you. Like I'm serious. This is just the best I've ever felt. Like he was like literally gassing himself to get her there, to get him there. Yeah, like that was bullshit. Okay, so at the whole end of the episode, they showed everybody leaving or whatever, but
band together.
I didn't really take notes on that.
They were talking about the housing thing. That was the last thing they talked about. Housing.
Yeah, that's right. And he was saying if he was gonna, he was like, it's just not realistic. So this is my theory. He's not selling that place because he don't know if he's gonna stay with her. Like,
I wouldn't.
They might both say yes on decision day, but
it might not even be financially smart for him to sell the place. He might have just bought that place last year and don't have nothing equity. It might not be up in value. It just might not even make sense for him to sell it.
And it's just...
And she don't care. Her thing is, I don't want to move into your house because it's your space.
Right. And she did tell her friends that. She did tell her friends that. And they were like, I understand. Here's the thing, though. If the roles were reversed, he would not be moving into her house.
If she had a house and he was renting?
Nope. He still wouldn't. He's controlling ass. Or what if they both owned? He still would be like, well, you gotta move in with me. Like, he's so controlling, y'all. Y'all already know he not doing nothing for her.
No,
he don't even pay attention to her. It's like very fake. Like his desire for her, his concern for her is all about the looks. He don't care.
And the wife he wants. The ideal wife.
This idea of it. It's not the real thing. He's so disingenuous is what I was gonna say. I don't even know if that's a word.
Disingenuous? Disingenuous?
Ingenuous.
Yeah, I think so.
He's disingenuous. Okay, I got
Clara Ryan.
Yeah, Clara. How you say it, India? Clara.
Clara. Clara. It's like, no. Okay, if I was really saying, I would say Clara and Ryan.
I know you said it the way you would have said it. Clara.
Okay,
and
Clara and
Clara
Ryan.
So.
Oh, I said he don't love her ass. That was the first thing. She really wants him. She wants him to admit that he loves her in the decision day. But what is there to admit if the feelings are there?
Not there.
Like she's literally, like, I'm with him.
She's like, she's like, he's just not good at saying his emotions. No. He don't have those emotions.
I'm very confused.
It is. They are literally
she wants
like
him to
watching.
Say I love you, and she knows that he don't love her.
But
like,
it's like watching.
Point, I'm with him
like she's like coaxing herself. Like she's lying to herself. He is definitely giving. I think he is. I don't want to say he's being honest about the situation because I think that he's hiding stuff, but I think that he is not willing to say something that he does not mean. He'll say sure. He'll ask a rhetorical question. He'll ask a question and response. He'll talk in circles. He's not about to lie on TV. He's not about to verbally say something that he doesn't want to admit.
That's true.
And so she stays fishing, and he was talking to his homeboy, and he was like, she's like all these emotions, like she's constantly talking about how she feels. The reason why she's doing that is because she wants him to say something back, and he is not going to.
Yep.
He's not going to.
Yep. So why is she sitting up there lying to herself?
Because
she should honestly say no on decision day.
She's foolish speaking of which, she don't even know the assignment. The assignment is don't give away what you're gonna say on decision day. And her ass is like, I 100% know what I'm gonna say on decision day.
She's too desperate. She's very delusional.
She's like, we're in a great. And so unless they're trying to literally trick us into thinking that she's gonna say no, everything she said is positive. She's like, it's just about what he says, and it's just like, huh?
Yeah. She said like it. Are we gonna live happily ever after? I must sit there with my heart broken. So
right. She's giving away.
Now we know
she's
for sure
she's saying yes. And we didn't go back. We need to go back. Sorry, really quick. Are Eric and Virginia both gonna say yes?
Yeah. Eric and Virginia both gonna say yes.
I really hope Virginia says no.
That's not.
That's not. Really want Virginia to say no.
She's not though.
I think Virginia's gonna say no, you guys.
Okay, so she says Virginia say no, Eric say yes, I say both say yes.
Okay.
Okay, so back to Claire.
Claire, she just states yes. So
she acts like a battered woman for no reason.
And
right?
then,
it's very confusing.
But it's like she put herself there.
Yeah, like it's hard to feel bad for Claire.
Like you can't feel bad for her.
He's not doing anything to lead you on.
No,
he's
at
not
all.
saying anything to lead you on, and you in your mind are making something up.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna say yes and will not be together. They might be together on decision day, but they ain't together right now. Like it's no way possible.
You're right. So he also talked. She asked him how he was different that day than on the day before or before marriage, and he said some generic BS about how he didn't like. Now he thinks about her. He thinks about them. Like. He didn't say nothing about emotions. He didn't say nothing about how he felt. He didn't say nothing about being in love. He didn't say nothing about finding someone that he could be so... Like, it was not about her. Still, it wasn't about her. And he started talking about it, and he was like, like, I'm responsible for things. I'm responsible for all these new things. And then he was like, they pertain to you. Like, they lead from you. Like, no.
He got emotional issues, y'all. He cannot... He's... The emotional intelligence is on the floor with Ryan.
He's not.
Unless you truly just don't like her and you don't want to leave her on.
Yeah, he's giving Keith vibes for sure. Keith and Iris. He's giving Keith vibes as far as like not he really don't want to leave her.
Well, that was a shock. So what if he do say no?
It was not a shock that Keith said no.
No, yeah, but to Iris it was.
Well,
Iris
another
was
Claire. She was
shocked.
You're right. She was pissed. She was mad.
Yeah,
actually. Okay, sorry. We digress. So.
They did that personality test.
Right. Oh, y'all.
She's like, do you have ambition? No. Do you want to do great things in the world? No. Do you
impact others?
No. Like, I was like, okay, now she taking it a little far. The first 8 times, I was like, okay, she's being honest, because a lot of people would just try to fluff it up. Then it was like, dang, Claire, you really don't want to do shit. And don't do shit. Are you hardworking? Like, do you care about the quality of your work? Like, it was basic shit. It was not like And she was like, no. And I was like, well, the good part is she was being honest.
But
the bad part is
they're not compatible.
They're not compatible.
And they keep talking about how they fit together like puzzles.
And a lot of main things about them are not compatible. So
and Ryan was starting to be like,
yeah, when she was answering them questions, he was like,
he was giving that mean face, like,
my God, today with his equality t-shirt on in that confessional.
And y'all, he had on a Amara Aubrey shirt.
He loved a Black Lives Matter
Unfiltered.
shirt. I told Michelle he's trying to wear these Black Lives Matter shirts so he could take away from the fact that he asked for a white girl.
Maybe so, but he was on Unfiltered with
he's trying to show that he's down with the struggle,
of Amara Aubrey on his face, on his shirt, a picture of Amara Aubrey.
But he's still perming that hair, honey.
But
it's the self-hate for me. It's the cognitive dissonance for me. It's the cognitive dissonance.
He's not making the connection between Black lives and his life.
Exactly. It don't add.
They go together.
No, like,
you are Black, sir. So he's like an oxymoron to me.
When they did that little stupid ass football drill, he kept basically like
throwing the ball
at her, and he don't care about her because anybody would have just been like, "Hun, move up a little bit," because I don't want to. It's a pop back. It pounds back on her hair. Her 5 times.
She's not smart to be still.
Well, she's slow too.
Yeah.
Her elevator don't go all the way up. Because why would you stand there? God bless you. Why would you stand there as somebody is throwing a football in your direction?
Yeah.
Girl, then they went to sit down and he started talking in circles again.
But beyond that, he was talking in circles because you can't set. He ended it with, I guess we'll see what happens on decision day.
And she was pissed.
Why would she be mad? Like, the producers told him to say that. They do not want us to know what is going to be happening on decision day.
And she already let the
And she's like, well, you can be positive. And he looked at her like, didn't you hear them tell us to not act like we know what's going to happen?
It's because she's so uneasy about the situation.
It's because she's so unaware. You don't even know. You're not even solid in how y'all really are off camera. That you are scared that the stuff he's saying on camera, he might mean.
Yep.
Whew.
That's how you know we're not missing anything. Because at first I was like, are they editing this? Are we missing the connection that they have? Because they don't have a sexual or romantic or intimate chemistry.
Right.
They don't have basic values the same, including church, including work ethic.
Including goals, like
they
life
like the same music.
They like the same music.
And they don't even have the religions. Like, I'm just confused.
And she honestly is just agreeing to do everything he wants. Remember how he said they need to go to sleep early? Now she's going to sleep early. He said he was going to turn her into an old soul, and she frowned her face. Like, you are like conforming to what he wants.
Well,
he has not made no changes.
Wife child.
And he has no intentions of changing anything about himself. Like, you can organize my clothes. I'm not organizing my clothes. How about that?
Good point. That's a very, very good point.
Like, you can do that. Right. I'm not doing it though. Speaking of organization, did we miss anything else with Briana? I mean, with shit.
That was the last scene with them besides when he left.
Oh, I mean, to be honest, who's gonna say what?
Oh, okay. Claire and Ryan.
They want us to believe Ryan is gonna say no.
I am also saying yes for them. Oh, no, I'm not. Hold up. Oh, yeah, I'm saying yes.
In the beginning, you said that yes.
No, I'm saying yes.
I said only one couple was saying yes.
Yes for him, and they won't be together by decision day. I'm saying they both say yes, even though he deep down wants to say no.
He's gonna.
I say both yes.
A part of me feels like he's gonna say no because he doesn't want to be a liar on TV. He doesn't want to say, like, he'll dodge, he'll duck and dodge, but when it comes to actually saying it, like her? I think he's more convicted by his beliefs than he is to saying yes or no on television.
Okay.
We're gonna see.
All right. Lastly,
okay,
Vincent and Briana.
Y'all. They gonna say yes. I mean, I'm gonna say it now.
I mean, they gonna say right.
Yes. But should they say yes? No.
What y'all think about Vincent and
Briana?
They were the fan favorite because I mean they were the only one. They still are the only ones that are truly
that have a good amount of compatibility.
Yeah.
However,
Vincent
is very prideful and sensitive
and insecure,
all rolled into one. And it is very concerning that Briana cannot broach a subject with him in a very loving way. Because I think that she was very diplomatic about what she said and how she said it. And as soon as she said what she said about him being unorganized, of all things, being disorganized, like, you are a disorganized person. Like, if you are disorganized, you know you are. Like, why are you mad that somebody call you out on something that you know about yourself? He's talking about, I try. Well, look, you can't be good at everything. Everybody is not. Nobody's perfect. You cannot do it all. So why are you so mad?
He's sensitive about it.
He's sensitive about. What is he not sensitive about?
In his defense, when he said, I think I'm pretty organized, and a lot of men think they are, but they're not. She was like, well, it comes natural for some and not so natural for others. Like, she didn't have to add that part in there.
It wasn't that deep though.
Yeah, but it's like, okay, so it's like, you already done told the boy he unorganized. Now it's because it doesn't come natural to him, but it comes natural to you.
Well, she really do like to
but she ain't had to add that natural part in there. She was kicking him while he was down. Yes, she was.
So here's the crazy part.
I'm not saying he's emotionally immature as hell. He just
can't take no type of criticism, feedback, nothing. And even in a loving space. And then he gonna like fight back.
The bossy part.
He was like, oh, well, the thing I didn't like about you that turned me off was that when your friends said you, when your family and friends said you was bossy. And
she harped on the word turn off.
And how did they not talk about this until now? Like,
because they trying to fake in the camera like everything is all good.
Bruh.
And the only reason he would have never brought that up, the only reason he brought that up was because she brought up the fact that you're pretty unorganized. Like, I feel like it went left. I feel like they was like,
they played themselves.
Yeah, they played themselves.
Because he started off talking about who gonna stay together and who not. Bro, y'all not staying together.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Here's why I don't think they should stay together. At the core, she is not going to change. And right now, today, or on that episode, she is stepping on eggshells with him. And she is trying her best not to offend him, and she's still offending him. That's a problem. Like, she's not even being herself 100%. Like, this girl really wants to she wants to let into his ass. She needs to learn, like, she's probably not going to be able to keep anybody like that, but still. Like, it's going to take so much for her to change. And him being sensitive is not going to help that situation. Like, how?
She's going to be walking on eggshells the whole relationship.
And it's not going to work.
She mentioned that. I think she
And her mom was like, well, if that's something that really bothers him,
that's who you are.
Right. And her mom tried to downplay the bossiness. Ma'am,
y'all called her bossy 10 times on the wedding day.
And y'all thought it was funny.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
It's not.
And you meant what you said.
Even then, we said, like, that was a little...
But her friend had been shading her in that beginning episode, so we knew that she was stuck in her ways and wanted things her way. Back. So she ain't been on the whole episode since, huh? Well, her mom, I think that her mom was honest with her on the sense, like, you're not going to change that. So if he's not the one, he's not the one. And don't change yourself for somebody.
And she had mentioned that she didn't want to change herself because she had done that in the past. So I'm hoping she doesn't. Because you can tell she's walking on eggshells. And
then Vince was talking to his friend and told his friend about the situation. And his friend was like, so... don't you want somebody that's direct? And he was like, well,
yeah. He don't. He literally said he doesn't.
He does not.
So what do he want? It's the men. These men these days, y'all.
It's not.
They want you submissive. They want you not direct. But then they want you taking them on trips. You done asked this lady to take you on 5 trips, and you want her paying 75% of the bills. So which one is it?
And
so you're gonna get a direct, bossy woman.
You don't want to take her out,
who is already independent,
and she make more money than you. We all know that.
Yeah, and you don't want to take her out, and then you asking her, but you want to do all these trips and dates. And you don't even want to go on adventures when you go on a date.
If she do the dates, they going skydiving.
Make it make sense, y'all.
I don't know how you don't want an assertive woman that's also willing to take you on a date. He honestly, I don't know what's going on with Vince, but he got personal things that he needs to focus on. Like, he has some personal goals that he needs to heal
before he got married.
Because he's insecure about his physical shape. But then he's still wearing shirts that's too small and his belly popping out on confessionals. and then why would you do that? And then
insecure about that career choice.
Insecure about the career stuff.
change or whatever.
But she's a boss and she makes money and he's mad. And honestly, it doesn't even seem like she's mad about the money thing. She's cool with that.
That's gonna come up though. That didn't come up on the show, and I wish it did. I'm saying in their real life marriage, she already said, I make money, I work hard for my money, I've worked hard my whole life. I want to enjoy it.
Right.
She already said that. They're going to have issues with finances. So because he's at the point where he's like, I did all that. I'm grinding now. I'm saving because I got to be really strategic with my money, which is fine. But then you shouldn't have got Married at First Sight until 2-3 years from now. In
a place where you wanted to be.
Financially.
Or you just have to have more security in knowing like, oh, it's cool. Like I'm a grind. She's doing her thing. So she's contributing what she does, what her share, she's already contributing. So let her continue to do that and be secure. Like, okay, my wife got us for a few years and then boom, we're going to be a power couple. Like,
I ain't got you for a few years if we meet on Married at First Sight. They need to do a credit check, bank check, everything.
He seems responsible though. I feel like how he feels about finances might be okay. Like his overall.
It doesn't matter. Adding finances to a new marriage. You don't know him. What is the point of having Married at First Sight if stuff is not aligned? Nothing's gonna be perfect. It's already personalities, values, and different stuff. You gonna get somebody who's working on a career. We're rambling.
Make it make sense.
I don't. Okay, but yes, for both of them. Yeah, they'll still be together on decision day. I think. Yep.
I think they will.
I mean,
they'll both say yes.
On the reunion
decision, they're both saying yes. And I think they could make it work, but I don't think I
don't see it long term for them.
I'm concerned about Briana off camera.
I see it long term more for Miles and Karen than I do for them. Long term, I really do not see.
But that's a different story. If we gonna really get into that, Miles was actually all the things that he said he was. He was confident. He was all the things that she probably wanted in somebody. He just wasn't physically who she wanted.
That's true.
Like she did not picture him as masculine as she needed for that to be, but who he was truly personality-wise was exactly what she wanted.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's a difference.
That's true.
Is that Vince got work to do. He is not confident. Like Miles was confident. Crying on TV, he was confident in saying how he felt.
Crying on TV.
He was confident. He was wasn't he crying? Did he cry?
Yes, but you said he was confident crying on TV.
He was. He was
about therapy, mental health,
therapy. He had no issues. Like he knew who he was, and he was confident in being that. Vince, on the other hand, is mad that this lady done told him he disorganized. Miles would be like, "Baby, help me. Get me organized."
Yeah, it wouldn't even been a
concern.
Yeah.
So that's just not. It's not a good comparison, to be honest.
You're right. I don't think he should have been.
She didn't think he was as boss as he was, and Miles was actually pretty boss, and he was young, and he was doing the damn thing like for himself. So I think that Karen freaking lucked up. And Briana, on the other hand, is going to be dragging Vince up the ladder with her. And we're going to see if he is going to go.
I hope you don't start cheating, girl, because he get jealous of her. Anyway, that's another story.
Okay, so we're done. Don't forget.
Comment, like, subscribe, and we'll talk to you guys later.
Yeah.
Toodaloo.